and get ready for Memphis.
Hi, I'm Russell Simmons. Today I want to talk to you about a very important subject, and it's cruelty to animals. Emmy was a victim of cruelty and someone did something about it. Someone called the ASPCA and put an end to it, because Emmy can't talk. The fact is, animals are abused all over this country, and people sit by and do nothing. It's not slick, or fly, or cool, or none of that. It's just cruel. If you're aware of any animal abuse, go to aspca.org, find out what you can do now to make a difference. She can't do it for herself.
Our AT&T game summary, and pretty much that second line tells you what you need to know. The Blazers bombing from 3.
Two things, points off turnovers, 19, and 13 to 22 from the three-point line. You're not going to lose many games if you go 13 for 22 from the three-point line, especially when you normally go 6 of 18.
Robert Vaden has 22 points in the game, and he is likely done for the day.
You know, one thing about Vaden, too, Carter, that I meant to talk about earlier was, for a great shooter, he's a line drive shooter. You know, he's not most great shooters have a real good arc. He's a driller, we call him, because he drills it. Doesn't have a lot of arc on the shot.
So what are the advantages and disadvantages, I guess, of getting your shot off?
You have to have an incredible touch to be a driller. You know what I mean? Because you're not getting bounces, you're not getting rolls. You know, if you shoot the ball higher with some arc, the ball may hit soft and bounce in. This guy, when he's shooting, he's drilling them. You got to have a phenomenal touch to be able to be a great shooter and drill it.
Well, he had it today.
Oh, he has a great touch. His shot has such great backspin on it. It hits the back rim and just goes right in. Boom. He doesn't get a lot of switches, but he hits that back rim with that backspin and it goes right through the hoop.
6 for 12 three-point shooting today. So Robert Vaden on the year now has 89 made threes.
He's going to move up. He might move up the stats today, the national stats.
I got Paul.
Well, you know when you're playing UAV, you've got Delaney, Kennard, and Vaden, those big three, but Channing Tony today making it a fourth presence.
Well, you know, the other three guys were playing good all year. The difference in the last 10 games has been Channing Tony and his stats. He's doubled his stats in those last 10 games. So he's added the fourth guy. 3 is good, 4 even better.
2 free throws here for Jeremy Wise. He gets the first as Paul Delaney checks out of the game. So another nice hand as one of those Blazer big-time senior scorers sits down again.
This is going to be one of these games where some of these kids that are coming off the bench now that never play, they're going to be winded. They've never played this long in their lives.
Now we have Mike Jones in the game, who joined the basketball team in late December. He played for the football team as a wide receiver. 11 catches, 109 yards. So we'll see if he gets a shot off. Keep an eye for number 5, Mike Jones. You already have Aaron Johnson and Mike Davis Jr. in the game. Those are guys that are in the rotation, but not a lot of minutes.
No, they're going to be looking for this kid to get a shot because the bench will go crazy if he scores, I can tell you that.
Always fun when you get to blowout time in the home games when the walk-ons come in or the guys who don't get a lot of playing time.
Oh, it was the greatest, absolutely. Or when a walk-on would score, the bench would go nuts.
I can't remember the guy's name, but your pal Jim Boeheim, the student section started chanting for a walk-on in the blowout game. Coach Boeheim walked down to the end of the bench, grabbed the kid, and pointed up to the student section as if to say, I think they want you to go join them. And then he put him in the game.
One time, I wanted to put a walk-on in who hadn't played, and there was like a minute to go in the game. I'll never forget Alvin Williams, one of our great players who played in the NBA for a bunch of years, was bringing the ball up and he's in front of our bench. Now the clock is running. And I didn't want to call timeout because the other team was getting drilled. I don't like calling timeout when you're up by a lot of points. So I said, throw it out of bounds. He said, what? I said, throw it out of bounds. He looked at me like I was nuts. He threw it out of bounds so we could get a timeout so we could put the kid in the game.
Well, whoever wants to play in this one can come in now.
The LG View, only from AT&T. Exceptionally sleek, totally advanced. And now it's the touchscreen that everyone can afford to touch. Watch mobile TV and enjoy exclusive live coverage of all 63 men's NCAA March Madness games for free. The LG View, just $49.99 after mail-in rebate, only from AT&T.
Before I started college courses, I charted these courses.
See, we're on course, on track.
Before I got my electronics business underway, I got these underway.
Bridge, this is main control.
The Navy got me the money I need for college.
And gave me an accelerated course to my business.
Before I start my own practice out there, I'll get the practice I need here in the Navy.
Navy, accelerate your life.
New gear. You need it, we've got it. Check out all the great deals at Bass Pro Shops, including the Tracker Pro 16, the absolute best value in boating for only $79.95. And for big savings and free seminars, the Spring Fishing Classic starts February 27th. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here.
Looks like you're gonna need a fish finder.
College basketball on CBS College Sports is brought to you by the new AT&T, your world delivered. By Buffalo Wild Wings, you have to be here. And by Bass Pro Shops. Prior to this matchup for UAB and Southern Miss, it was Paul Delaney III and Aaron Ogg being honored, the only two men to ever get a triple-double for UAB. Delaney did it just back on February 4th versus Tulane, when Delaney had 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists.
And Ogg had it without assists. He had it for blocks. So, you know, triple-doubles, hard to come by. 2 in the history of the school. So that tells you you have to be really an all-around player like a Paul Delaney. Like a Robert Vaden won't have a triple-double. He won't have the assists to do it. He can get the rebounds and he can get the points, obviously. Guy like Delaney can get the rebounds, the points, and the assists.
And in a college game where there's only 40 minutes to put up double digits, I mean, that's why it's so rare in the college game, right?
Very hard, exactly.
You know, I'm not sure about, I'm not positive about it. I think David Robinson has the NCAA record for most triple-doubles because of his dominance in the Navy days, points, rebounds, and blocked shots, obviously, for David Robinson.
He was blocking a lot of shots, and you know, I bet has some is Patrick Ewing, because Patrick Ewing was a tremendous shot blocker. When he became a way different player in the NBA, became a jump shooter. When Patrick was in college, he would block jump shots 23 feet away. That's how mobile he was from the paint to the perimeter.
At the line, 2 shots for Cameron Moore.
Cameron Moore is headed to the free throw line, the freshman from San Antonio, Texas, Roosevelt High School. So you have a couple of Texas kids. They played together on traveling teams during the prep days. Howard Crawford's going to check back in for UAB. So this one was pretty much not in doubt from the beginning. A 19-4 start for UAB. They never let up. And what, I won't say surprising me, but what was impressive, Steve, was how UAB didn't let up defensively. You get out to that great start, and they put the clamps down on Southern Miss until this game was over.
And I was wondering if they could do that. You know, keep that kind of defensive intensity going for the entire 40 minutes, and they really have. They have not fallen back at all. Now they're going to the zone here, which I give Mike Davis credit. He's trying to, you know, it's kind of like call off the dog time.
And Cameron Moore gets a block anyway on the backside of the zone.
Well, the kids that are in there got to still play. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of what you do as a coach. He put them in a zone. There's no pressure, no anything. But the kids, when they're out there, they got to play.
And that's a great point you make about decorum. I think sometimes fans say, hey, our team is down by 30 points or whatever it is. How come they're still playing? Well, you go to the end of the bench, but you want those guys to play hard just like you want your starters to.
Well, you don't tell a kid that hasn't played, oh, okay, go in there and just, you know, let them score. He's playing. Now, you're not going to press. As a coach, there's certain things you can control. You're not going to press him and trap and stuff like that. Like, Mike's not doing that. But the kids that are in got to play.
Howard Crawford misses the 3. And boy, the coaches, you know, they're still coaching out there. They want to see the guys execute things properly. The UAB staff, I mean, Mike Davis is turning to Donnie Marsh right now and saying, why did that kid do that on the fast break there?
I mean, they got a coach. You know, you play every day in practice, a lot of these guys. Now they get in the game, they want to play.